Hello my friends, how's it going? You know who it is. Actually, to be fair, if this is the first video you've ever seen on this channel, you probably have no idea who this is, and you're like, why should I care? Who's this nut? It's your buddy, Ultimus. Bringing you guys another video mixed with some BG footage. I got the old itch to dust off the warrior. I've been spending so much time on my demon hunter, and doing transmog runs and mount runs and doing all the stuff that I like doing in between expansions. Before Legion hits, because once Legion hits, it's leveling, it's gear grinding, it's all about the arena season, and I won't have almost no time to be doing anything extra. So, getting all that cram work in now, just trying to get prepped for Legion, of course, making as much gold as I can. Gotta make sure my Demon Hunter has some dope transmogs, because the more I play her, the more I'm excited to get her geared up and play her in Legion. But I digress. This video, I want to do to talk to you guys about what you could expect in the upcoming weeks to a couple months with Legion dropping on the channel. First and foremost, I need to throw this out there. There will probably be a significantly less amount of Overwatch content. Not because I'm done playing Overwatch, far from it. Overwatch is hands down the only shooter game that's ever held my attention longer than 10 minutes. So I have no intention of dropping that game, especially with new heroes and new skins and new maps coming out. I will definitely still be playing Overwatch. But the amount of videos dropping for Overwatch might drop to once a week or maybe once every other week, depending on how bad I get the itch to play, do friends want to play, all that kind of stuff. Camera, focus, please get with me here. So what can you guys expect on the upcoming weeks on the channel, maybe even a couple months? Well, first and foremost, I'll probably be doing a lot of videos going over the classes that I'll be getting artifact weapons for. So for sure, Warrior, Shadow Priest, Demon Hunter, for sure. I'm not sure what else I'll do. I might do the Holy Paladin as well for kicks. I haven't decided how I'm going to do, depending on what the servers are like night of. I might just spend my first few hours of Legion doing artifact quests. But we'll see how this all works out. With the new tech that they're rolling out for Legion, hopefully being able to pick whichever zone I want to start in, or any player actually being able to pick whatever zone they want to start in, will help with the lag a little bit. I'm imagining servers will still be hard to get onto. But anyways, all that to say, expect some videos going through the artifact quest lines for the classes I'm most excited about and that I plan on playing for sure. I'll probably record and go over some of my questing and stuff like that as well. I don't know how entertaining that will be to watch, but that's obviously what we're all going to be doing, and I don't really know if I could do any like tips or tricks or helpful videos unless I stumble upon something really cool that I feel like is worth getting out there. Partly because I feel like doing that would take away from leveling, which puts me behind on getting ready for the PvP season, of course. And then a lot of it's probably stuff you guys are going to be doing and checking out anyways. So I might just record and put up some of my leveling experiences and things like that, but we'll have to see. Of course, there will be stuff coming up for once the PvP season starts and things like that, and how that'll all work out. Depending on how gearing works, as far as like what's going to be best in the slot, if there's anything like that. There's so much we know already, but then there's a lot of like what ifs as well. So there's a lot of unknowns, which is exciting. So there's a potential for some videos there as well. But yeah, so kind of different stuff than what we're used to, things that we normally put up, random battlegrounds. We'll probably do, again, a lot of PvE stuff, again, depending on what dungeons we get into, things like that. So I figured it'd just be a good idea to kind of keep you guys in the loop and keep you there so you know what to expect more or less when it comes to the channel. Not really a whole lot else to say, per se. I have about 12 minutes or so video here. See, if we don't have anything else to say, we don't have to say, so we'll probably just end it when I'm done. But I want to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. As always, too, don't ever hesitate to make video requests if it's within my power and ability to do so. I would be more than happy to do that for you guys. I know there's a lot of other really good YouTubers out there, and there's a lot of other really talented video makers and stuff out there as well. And I want to kind of, I don't want to say take my place amongst them, because I feel like that's kind of up to me more or less, depending on how good I want to get with my videos and how much time I'm able to put into them. But I definitely want you guys to know you're able to come to the channel, be able to ask questions. I'll be more than happy to help you out with stuff like that. So if you have any questions or any videos you want done about Legion, any guides and stuff like that, I would be more than happy to. I haven't been able to do anything artifact weapon related just because I haven't had access to the beta. which makes stuff a little bit difficult. But obviously, come live, I'll have a better idea of it. But then at that point, part of me wonders if it's even worth doing, since I know a lot of you guys will have access to it as well. So maybe it would be pointless. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll play it by ear and see what happens. But yeah, so leveling stuff for sure. Artifact quest lines. Anything kind of cool that I feel like is worth sharing as I'm going through. Sorry, my leg really itches right now. I don't know why. It's just like killing me right now. And then of course, PvP as we get into the PvP season. For probably the first season, depending on how lucky I am finding games and teams to queue with, it'll probably just be my warrior. Really want to just focus on getting my warrior geared up and prepped. It might not be as difficult though, or as time consuming, aside from the artifact weapon. I'm having a hard time deciding if I think it's going to be harder or easier to maintain an ult in Legion, just simply because of artifact power. Now, you know, it's not going to be as difficult, really, because you don't have to grind for gear in the same way that you did. I mean, as long as you're willing to do some dungeons and stuff like that. Or you can just queue for Battlegrounds and get the gear that comes out of the boxes. Obviously, you want to do that, so it's basically just queue up into Arena and play, which I do like. I do like that system a lot, to be completely honest. I have my concerns about it still, but I think that there's a lot of potential there. But yeah, I'm having a hard time deciding if I think it's going to be harder or easier to maintain ults. I'm not sure. Be curious to hear what you guys think. I think the most difficult thing will, of course, be the artifact weapon. Just, you know, how quickly you obtain artifact power. And my biggest concern for that will be, because I feel like, at least in the first season, while I'm trying to get my warrior established, it's like any time I spend playing an ult will be time I could be putting into my warrior. Which is, of course, time I could be getting artifact, you know, power and relics and things like that. And so is that time that I really want to spend elsewhere? I don't know. We'll have to see. I am excited, though, because I think there's a potential for me to be able to do Arena with more friends. Which, again, if that's what I get out of the new PvP system, then I'm more than okay with that. Because I've had quite a few friends in my guild, and then, of course, IRL friends as well, and people on my real ID be like, hey, I want a PvP, I just don't have any gear. And then it's just a little awkward, because then it's frustrating for them, it's discouraging, because they're getting, you know, destroyed in arenas. So I'm very curious and optimistic to see what this first season of PvP is going to look like. And that's what I think I'm most excited about, and that's what I'm looking forward to bringing you guys, because everything's different. Everything's going to be different in Legion PvP when it comes to arenas. So I'm hoping to God that this is the season I'm actually able to find people to consistently Q3s with. I've had the worst luck the past couple seasons, and part of that's my own fault. Part of it's just kind of like the time I play. I don't really have time to play during the day. Typically, it's usually at night, and there's not a whole lot of people on. So there's that. But yeah, so once this PvP season starts, for sure, expect lots of warrior PvP stuff. Probably arms, unless Fury gets fixed to the point where it's actually playable in arenas. I just don't see Fury being viable in arenas. Taking 30% more damage, that's going to make my healer's life hell. But yeah, so probably just lots of warrior stuff, and then we'll ease in the Shadow Priest and the Demon Hunter when it comes a little bit farther into an expansion. Once I get a feel for how much time I want to invest and how much time I feel like I'm wasting playing other characters and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I don't know, for those of you who may or may not know, I did leave it up to you guys as far as, and this is kind of an older video, I left it up to a lot of my viewers as of a couple months ago to kind of pick which classes I was going to be playing, aside from, of course, Warrior. Warrior will forever be my main. So we decided with Demon Hunter. There was too many of you requesting Demon Hunter, and to be fair, I feel like from a YouTuber standpoint, for someone who's trying to grow, it's like, I don't want to say free views, but almost free views, if that makes sense. Like, just playing a Demon Hunter in general is going to be, you know, something that is actively sought after, and something that is going to be, you know, looked for on YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. So I would be dumb not to be at least playing a Demon Hunter for the first portion of the expansion. And even right now, so far I'm enjoying it, even in pre-patch. They're a lot of fun. They're squishy as all get out, man. They are squishy as butts, but they are so much fun. I feel like they're definitely the complete opposite of a Death Knight, which is something I was hoping for. Death Knights are a little bit slower, a little tankier, whereas Demon Hunters are, of course, very squishy, but they're very agile. They can be tricky to nail down, that's for sure. But you can kill them in a good stun if you have the DPS for it, which is also kind of nice. And then, of course, I did decide on Shadow Priest as well. I had a couple people say Shadow Priest because they saw how excited I was about Shadow Priest, which is cool. And then I had other people just say, hey, just play caster because they want to see some caster stuff. So that for sure will be in there. And then depending on how difficult it is, I'm probably going to be biting off more than I can chew here, but I might try to still work with some Holy Paladin stuff. The whole two-handed, you know, weapon wielder and then healing based on proximity thing is very interesting to me. I think out of all the healing specs in the game, that one is the one that interests me the most, and Holy Paladins have always been my favorite when it comes to like playstyle for like healing classes. And so I'm kind of anxious and excited about the changes, so we'll have to wait and see. But for sure, Warrior, Demon Hunter, Shadow Priest. The new Shadow Priest system is way fun, and I've heard they're even funner, or even more fun, because funner isn't a word. Even more fun at level 110 when they unlock their artifact weapon talents and their PvP talents and all that crazy stuff. So lots of exciting stuff coming down the pipe. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out, subscribing to the channel, watching the videos. I've got a lot of... I don't know if inspiration is quite the right word for it. I have a lot of drive at the moment. Hitting 300 subs again was really invigorating, as silly as that sounds, and just the desire to make good, fun content. Again, something I talked about in that video going over 300 subs was just trying to remember and playing video games because they're fun, making videos because it's fun, you know, playing WoW because it's fun. It's why I've played a Warrior for as long as I have, because it's fun to me. It's the most fun I have playing WoW, even when they were not the greatest. Cataclysm, I'm looking at you. And so just the playstyle overall is some of the most fun I've ever had in an MMORPG. Any MMO I ever play, I look for the Warrior class, so there's that. But so yeah, I don't know. That's all I got to say really about all that. I've kind of rambled on longer than I thought I would be able to, actually. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was only going to be able to get 5 minutes into this and I'd run out of stuff to talk about. I should have known better. I'm good at rambling. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos overall. Like I said, please don't hesitate to make suggestions or leave requests. I will do the best I can that is in, you know, my ability to do so and my skill set to do so, to provide the type of content that you guys want to watch, as long as it doesn't really put me in a place where it's a video I don't really enjoy making. If it's something I'm just not interested in making, then I won't, and I hope you guys understand that. Like, I'm not going to go off and like just do like some random LP in the game just because I feel like we tried that before and it proved to not be very effective, which is fine. But I digress. Anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has liked, comment, and subscribed. And if you haven't yet done so, don't forget. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.